For all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer, and I'm gonna be real right now, okay? I'm just gonna talk about the Mummy, alright? Because that's all I really want to talk about. If you want my opinion on the other two things that we've seen from Costco, which I'll get to shortly, I don't really care for either of them. The clown, I think, is a good idea. I love the idea of an exaggerated cartoon clown, but this one just, the paint and the sculpt, it's not really doing it for me. It's not creepy enough. It looks a little cheap. It looks like a Happy Meal toy, in a way. But the concept is unique, and I'd like to see the animation. But that's a no-go, probably, for me on the clown. The punk rock skeleton, I mean, if that's your thing, fine, I guess. It's not really mine. I think the stance is awkward, and, you know, they tried to give this fluid motion to the hand, but it looks weird to me. It looks off. I don't know what I would ever use it for. It'd be fine if you had, like, a party and wanted to put it in your house. I suppose it'll be popular for that reason, but yeah, there's not much for me to say about it. It's a glorified version of those little dancing ones at Michael's. But that Mummy, First of all, before I talk about him, Costco, what's happening? What's going on? Talk about a curveball thrown at me. If you would have asked me my opinion about Costco 2 weeks ago, I would have said, yeah, they have good hot dogs at the front. I wouldn't have said they have a life-size mummy. I've never spoken publicly about Costco and my opinion on it. Yet, here we are. Fate has called, and I have answered that call with grace. Because of the Mummy. Because I care about the Mummy community. And I'm sorry if I've said anything offensive about the Mummy community, because the mummies are awesome, okay? When I was a kid, all I would be for Halloween every year was Mummy Mac. This is a true story. Mummy Mac, which was basically a sweatshirt with gauze on it, but it didn't matter. I used my childlike imagination. And I gotta tell you, I've always loved the Mummy as a monster. It's so spooky, and I know it might be offensive these days because it's like a religious thing for Egyptians back in its day, historically. I get that, and we turned it into kind of this creature. But as a creature, it's so cool. I love the Mummy, I can't help it. And I feel like because of the maybe taboo-ness of it or the outdatedness, you know, they have largely stopped excavations in places like Egypt, at least with the extent that they were back when, like, the Universal Monster movie was made. But oddly enough, I saw a thing today that they found a mummy, so mummies are still going strong. And I was gonna make a whole, you know, one of my What Happened to Clowns videos, one of my whole, what do I call them? Video essays on mummies and talking about where they went and what happened to them. And I still could. But Costco and Fate stepped in and answered before I even had time to make the video, because they made maybe the best mummy I've ever seen. This thing is crazy looking. It looks so good. Now, I'm not comparing it to like a distortions quality mummy. The monster mummy might be my favorite mummy. Possibly. I don't even know. This is really good. I mean, distortions speaks for itself. But I have to say I'm very impressed that Costco dropped this. Now, there's one major fluke. There's one major flaw. What's going on with the arms, guys? Costco, what is this? I'm not quite sure. SVI, did you make this? What's this? What should have happened is it should have almost done like a Frankenstein thing where it just puts its hands up and goes like, "Urgh." Because the eyes, the face tells the whole story. It's so good. The detail, the gauze hanging off, it's wow. And it is 7 feet. Why is it 7 feet? I don't really know. Is it trying to compete with the big boy things? But this is leaps and bounds better than that. Terrible? sorry, one from Lowe's. It was really not good. I didn't even really think about it when I was thinking about mummies. It almost doesn't count. This is awesome. Thank you, Costco, for answering my prayers about mummies. What the heck? What's going on? There's a robot, there's 3 leather faces, and now a mummy. I'm done. 2023 got me.